And YouTube next, and Facebook last.
Facebook.
Okay. Alright. And we let everybody like get all nice and warmed up. And yeah, because you'll see right now, like there'll be a viewer there, there'll be a viewer here, maybe on one on YouTube. But either way, see, we pop up right there. Cool. Now we do the intro. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hola mi gente, my name is Psycho and we're here live at Airsoft Revolution 15. Today I have a special guest,
Logic.
Logic, how long have you been playing?
Probably about 6 months.
6 months?
Maybe 8 months.
Cool.
I can't remember.
In case you guys don't know who Logic is, he's a guy with the green dye mask. It's called Emerald Green, right?
I think it's Northern Lights.
Northern Lights.
Northern Lights, that's what it is.
It's not Emerald.
No. It looks emerald.
It looks
when you're playing in there,
yeah.
because there's not as much light in there.
Right. Really about life is that anything is possible. Alright. So, real quick guys, we're going to do our quick shout outs. These videos are sponsored by TCA, Third Coast Airsoft, Starburst 2018, up in Fort Hood, Texas. And these are for my guys that are watching on YouTube. October 19th to the 21st. Get your tickets now, they're still available. I think Sal actually came by yesterday and he was talking about that they're going to be cutting down the tickets here soon. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you need to get down there fast. And if you don't know who to fight with, make sure you sign up for K-Forces, because that's the team that Air 15 usually likes to roll with. And also, our friends from up north, Overwatch Tactics, presents Conquest of Avalon 2 up in Waxahachie, Texas. Now that's going to be the Renaissance Fair happening on November 10th and 11th. So in case you guys don't know which those days those are, that's Marine Corps birthday and Veterans Day. So that's it for that. Today's discussion, we're going to be talking about rate of fire. Reason why I bring up rate of fire, Nick actually from Panda's Ass us on Friday's broadcast about what's our rate of fire for the indoor field. So, rate of fire really only applies to when you play full auto or burst fire. But if you have a Polestar, you have an ROF that you can set the settings for. Just like we just did like 5 seconds ago, we did a test because my ROF on America, my ROF on America is set around 18, 20 rounds a second, but I have it on a 5-round burst and on semi. So right now this is semi, so all you do is pull once and that's it, right? But I also have a speed trigger, so with my speed trigger, it's pretty much set all the way to where it has a little bit of give, right? Now, you can still do that with like DSGs, which is your electric guns, your dual sector gears and stuff like that, where you can set up all that stuff. Don't mind the paint. I'm actually painting a gun right now. I was talking to you guys on Friday about it. Actually came in yesterday, and I got the base coats down. So you guys are gonna be super excited for it. I know he's like trying to have inputs on that. It's really cool. But I'm showing him some cool stuff. Can't wait to show you all my new full face mask. All right, cool. So let's do a little bit of shout outs here. We got Chaos from Chaos Flash. Oh, that's one of the guys that he won some of the stuff that we had for our 30th year anniversary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We have Steven Chavez on Instagram. We got Jaden, Batter Bread 685, T Jones, and me Jetman. And then over here we got Chris Baez. What's up, man? I think we got Dill, Superman, Oscar. Man, y'all need to come by, cause Logic is kind of lonely.
Yeah, and it's not raining anymore.
It's not raining anymore, and even if it was,
you still come over.
Right.
Even if you almost drive off the road. Not saying anything.
Nice. Appreciate that, big dog. We have, he says, don't worry, I'm coming to play right now. So
sweet. Awesome.
All right.
Someone to shoot with.
Alright, so Logic is bro, like, he's kind of like a lizard in there. And that's going to be me describing how his playstyle is. He's kind of like a lizard when he moves around. So if you see him, he's going to take off on you. And he's going to end up
trying to flank you.
Yeah.
As much as I can.
Right. So, talking about rate of fire. So, indoors, we have semi. Pretty much, you know, it's as fast as you can pull the trigger. Right? So, with that being said, we do have some fast shooters. Super fast shooters. We have some people that actually shoot. And we have guests coming in here in a minute. So, if it gets interrupted, don't mind guests. Just keep on looking. So it's pretty much as fast as you pull the trigger. And I've seen some people go like this. Okay. That's like kind of sporadic. And
plus, you can't really aim. Well, sometimes. Depends.
It depends on who it is. But they're like, "Duh." Now, is there a rule against it? I mean, it's impractical. You don't do that with real guns. It's airsoft. Airsoft is intended to be used as a real gun. So when you kind of do that, like full tard, so to speak. Yep, we got people coming. So if you do that, it's kind of annoying, you know, for some players. Alfredo, I moved for school. How's it going, brother? Welcome. No, so es que es como quien aquí. Okay, he's asking questions. Live. Tell him yes. He asked you if this is a store.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, the store. And
See, Dom needs to learn how to speak Spanish.
I need to learn how to speak Spanish.
I know, right? I'm the only one that speaks Spanish right now.
That's funny.
And then we have a guest who just showed up that speaks Spanish. All right, let's get to it. So when you do that, it kind of gets annoying. Some people take out the actual the trigger spring. You don't do that. Actually, we have a rule against that. You need to have a trigger spring to be able to push that trigger forward. Because if not, when you go like this,
it'll just fire on its own.
It'll fire on its own, and now
while you're running,
and it's happened before. Trigger guard needs to have a trigger guard because I seen one knucklehead actually take two chopsticks on his trigger. You remember that? Yeah. And he was like,
that's awesome.
And I was like, okay, cool. I mean, it's a good concept of trying to do something different, but at the same time, you need to have a trigger guard because, again, if you don't and you brush up against your gear and you shoot off, that's
pretty much blind firing.
Pretty much blind firing. So, it needs to have a trigger guard. I know they have those new, I don't know what they call it, speed triggers, the big ones like paintball.
I never saw them.
It's a company up in Arizona actually that does it, and they actually also send you the new trigger guard with it, so you can actually
like 2-finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for all the paintballers that still want to shoot like paintball and they want to do that little finger float thing that they do, I can't do it. I tried it with Tristan's paintball gun. I suck.
Yeah, so I probably suck at it too.
So that's it is kind of an option as long as you have a trigger guard. But also on our rules, when you guys sit down and you actually watch the actual game, the safety brief, it tells you that it's up to the discretion of the enforcer. For those of you guys that really don't like some of these enforcers because they enforce the rules, AR-15 backs our enforcers up. Which meaning, up to the discretion of the enforcer. If it sounds like full auto, it's going to be full auto. We'll have to tell you, hey man, can you tone it down a little bit? Because, thank you, sir, Mr. Shane. Negligent discharge is the word that you're looking for. Appreciate it. That's actually exactly what I was going to say. It's an uncontrolled discharge, and you definitely, it's not safe.
Yeah.
It's not safe at all. And as much as, yes, this is a game of fun, it's a game of airsoft, we try to relate it to real steel shooting, or real steel safety training at least, to make sure that you don't look down the barrel of the gun, you don't point at anybody you're not intending to shoot, you keep your finger off the trigger. You know, the same basics. And if you have an uncontrolled, what he said, a negligent discharge, then, you know, that just adds to the bad juju that airsoft already has. Yes. So we definitely don't want to do that. So again, rate of fire indoors. If it sounds like full auto, it is full auto. If it, so we kind of tell you like, hey, can you tone it down a little bit? Because you know, depending on like I said, the discretion of the enforcer. The enforcer sees fit that, you know what, the crowd can handle it. The crowd that you're playing against, like Fridays. Fridays we went pretty intense in there, but it was Raptor, Tristan, Simba, myself, Dom. There was a bunch of us that were shooting really fast. Normally, I don't go through a full mag. Like today, like if we play, I won't go through a full mag in one game. You know,
exactly.
Because you just one shot people. But that I mean, dude, we went through a full mag in one round, and again, it's just the amount of trigger time that you had, and it wasn't because we were trying to overshoot anybody. It was just the fact that that's how many times we were dying. Like we had unlimited respawn, so I swear, man, we were just like boom, oh hit, go back to respawn, boom, 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 right? And it was just like it's like as soon as you saw anybody, it was like da 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 da, and dude, it was intense. You need to come on Fridays, big dog.
Well, I tried. I was over there at the Apple store fixing my phone, and it was about 9 o'clock, and I was going to come over there. I'm like, nah, it's too late. Or no, that was actually yesterday, but...
Vance from Panda, what's up? Blackjack, James.
Fridays.
Big boy, large.
Usually, if I don't work too late, I might come on Fridays. If I'm not working Saturday.
Remember, guys, we do close on Fridays at midnight, so...
Yeah.
So, whether you come out late, we're still here. Shooting it out. I mean, Saturday morning, we ended up leaving like around 2:30.
Oh, nice.
Because we're packing up, and then we're telling stories. Oh man, look,
yeah,
I got shot in the hand. I got shot in the hand. I was just like, oh. Yeah, I was not point blank, but I mean, it was fun. It was a fun. I mean, Tristan lit me up in the shoulder like 8 times, dude. But I tried juking him. I ran towards him, again, running, right? So, up to the discretion of the enforcer. The enforcer sees fit that, you know what, you're running too fast, you have to put yourself, you have to push against a wall to stop.
Yeah,
you're running way too fast. That's not controllable, right? So, he's going to tell you to slow down. Doesn't mean you're banned, doesn't mean that you're like, hey, you know what, you're in trouble. First offense is usually, hey, we'll talk to you. Second offense, you know what, you're going to have to sit out because we already talked to you. And you're not listening, man, because you're kind of ruining the juju for the crowd, right?
Yeah, because they're trying to just hold down, push up slowly, and you're just coming around the corner, just ba 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 ba.
Right. So I was going down Fast Drive, and that's right by the Empire flag going into the small site. And I was coming down. I see Tristan pop out. I shoot to keep his head down, right? Da da. And then I let him see me juke right on the side of the Cerberus flag. I juke right, and most people will juke right on his end. He would juke left.
Yeah, he'll juke left
to try to
catch you.
Right, but then I was like, you know what? Let me juke back right.
Yep.
I mean, back to the left.
Yep.
My original plan, and then I'll come up around him. No, man, he met me. He's also a Simic Pro paintballer.
Oh.
So he was able to pick up on my footwork to where he was like, he just popped right back out, and man, he unloaded. And most of the time, I try not to get caught out in the open like that. But man, I was just like, woo! I was like, oh my god, because it was like my play carrier was like right here, and he just like my shoulder down to this part. Yeah,
I hate that.
Yeah, dude. So it was just wicked. So that's just a little story for you guys. Okay, so you never said if the Ace Tech lighters are back in stock.
They're not.
Yeah, they're not yet. We had a slow week because the school started, so we had a slow week last week. And in case you didn't know, we are actually vending for Starburst. So when Z actually messaged us, he asked us if we can vend for Starburst. We kind of caught us off guard, so we ended up buying a bunch of stuff for Starburst, kind of like the gate grenades, gate smoke grenades, a lot of stuff that we're going to need to actually have a separate store for the big national event. Because you don't want to just show up, with like iPro and just gloves and be like, ta-da, we're a pro shop. It's all about presentation, right? So
lasers, are they allowed? Yeah.
Kind of impractical, but yes, they are kind of allowed as long as they're not green and you don't flash my people's eyes. Any objections? I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the rule across the entire nation.
Yeah.
As far as lasers.
Unless they outright ban them.
Oh yeah, right. But in our case, when we see a laser, it's kind of like, oh, he's over there.
Yep. It's like giving one of your. It's kind of like tracers, but it's not so much of tracers because they're always on the floor.
Right, right. So it's funny.
It's up to them, I guess.
Yeah, like I said, it's up to the discretion. And even at that, lasers in different distances, they're gonna be off, especially in airsoft.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Especially in airsoft. So if you set it to the very end and you try to shoot somebody up close,
yeah, it's gonna be like 2 inches off, 3 inches off.
It's if that. I mean, like I got a Bravo PEC box that I kind of stopped using, and it's a laser light combination. But ever since we got the NC Star flashlights, the smaller ones with the actual pressure pad on them, it's kind of what I use as a flashlight. But you know, I kind of got away from the PEC box. Yeah. So to answer your questions, yeah, lasers are allowed. It's just one of those kind of cool. You got a laser, man.
But I want to see you. So
yeah, we're gonna see you, and
it's gonna be taken off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use them in NERF. I mean,
yeah, NERF would be cool.
The NERF kids would love that. But as far as you know, it's kind of like, hey, we're over here because you know you're trying to spot somebody. We're pretty much for our advice for that will be use a red dot. A red dot will be your sight, because then nobody can see what you're trying to aim at, and only you can see it from your sight. So going back to rate of fire, outdoors. Logic, have you played outdoors?
No, I haven't.
That's cool.
Yep, I need to. Eventually.
I mean, you work yourself up, and there's some players that actually play only indoors, so then that's okay too.
Yeah.
But for outdoors, rate of fire for battlegrounds is 25. So those are the guys that are like support gunners, like Dom, who actually has an M27 with a support gun. How is the Elite Force 1911's doing? What's the best pros and
cons of CO2?
Okay, so let me get back to that. Let me finish with the rate of fire, and then we'll address that at the end of the video real quick. But yeah, I'll address that right now. So with the it's 25 rounds a second, and that's really fast. Now I have mine set up at the 5-round burst, which is that's it, right? But everybody knows that when I shoot, okay, that kind of sounds like full auto, but even at that. We chronoed ourselves right now, and the rate of fire, even though mine's set up at 20, at max I can hit was 16.2 rounds a second, which is actually, you know, shouldering it and trying to shoot as fast as I can, on 5-round burst. I like the 5-round burst because it sounds cool. You know what I mean? You can tell there's a distinct sound of. It's more of a controlled shooting versus. I'm not a support gunner, so, and I don't like to use these before. But but Dom has like a huge inventory of BBs that he uses. But he still shoots though, and his setup is set up for 15 rounds a second, and that's just 12 rounds a second. 12 rounds a second. So that's if you listen to it, it sounds nothing like up in California when you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not full out. This is full out. And I was like, dang.
Yeah.
That video. I know everybody's seen that video.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's not even a Polar Star. That's I think it was a DSG, right? It was electric. Was it? But either way, I mean, so there you go. Here, Dom's gonna set up his stuff.
What's up, guys?
Dom's actually working on
His gun.
right now.
So there we go. Actually, a little hotter. Sorry. A lot.
So that's full out at 12 rounds a second.
I like it.
Yeah, so that's comfortable rate of fire for him. So that's a support gunner, support role.
Yeah, a lot of people like to go for a super high rate of fire when it comes to their support guns, mostly because it's very intimidating. But what I don't like about having a high rate of fire, especially in the HPA system, is that with the lower, I get more consistent shots. I'm more efficient on air, and I can be more accurate, and I save on ammo. So I'm not shooting as much as if, someone just, oh, that's 20, 30 rounds, or I just lob 5 or 6. So now I preserve a lot of my ammo, so I can carry less.
Right, and it depends on what type of fighter you are. Now, if you're like that guys that, go out and you want to just, I don't know how to explain.
Dump ammo?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different types of fighters. Our squad usually likes to go ghost. So when you can't hear us, you can't see us, I mean, that's more deadly when we play outdoors, as far as my perspective. But then again, there's sometimes that we just, we're tired of going ghost because ain't nobody coming out anymore, so we kind of show ourselves. When we show ourselves, that's when we, take off the suppression. Like, hey, we're over here! So, long story short, I'd rather have 60 RPS Vans. I mean, of course Vans wants 60. Vans is one of those guys that I was just talking about. And he hits everything but the player. I'm kidding. I mean, that's what's beauty about life, right? No. To each his own. A good rate, not too much. He said everything I could think of. First of seeing them 100 rounds a second. I don't have a pocket for that. Yeah, so I mean, and then there's also the type of magazine you have. I was using a high cap flash mag to chrono, and at max when I was trying to shoot, it was 12 rounds a second. I increased my rate of fire because I swapped over to an EPM mid cap, and now EPM mid cap holds 120 rounds now, 140, 120, 150. There. We carry so many different types of mags, it's kind of hard to remember which one's which. But EPM mags carry 150, so if I'm shooting full auto and I'm shooting 20 rounds a second, that's 2, 4, 6, 9. Get it? Yeah, you didn't catch it though.
Yeah, I know, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
You're a smart guy.
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so it's a lot. I mean, like in 8 seconds, you're gone. Is that right? 13 seconds, you're completely empty. Somewhere between there and there, you're pretty much gone at 20 rounds a second. You're right. You gotta love math for airsofters. So rate of fire pretty much consists of how fast your gun shoots, how fast is it able to shoot, and how accurate can you be. Now, if you're one of those guys that has a drum mag for days and you can just do that all day long, hey, by all means, you can buy more BBs then. Yeah. But again, if it sounds like full auto indoors, it is full auto, so until you slow it down, whether you have a trigger spring, a speed trigger, you have a trigger guard, because we're trying to have a controlled rate of fire. Thank you, Mr. Shane, for correcting or giving me the proper term for that. So you would never have like 60 rounds a second indoors ever. I think one of our fastest shooters, Big Joe Edge, everybody knew him from back then in the Sheepdogs. He's still to today the fastest controlled shooter that I've ever fought against in the arena. And that's because he had impact gloves and he wore steel-toe boots. He's a big dude, and oh man, it would hurt. Like he come around the corner, and even if you shot him, like it was just like that trade kill that he give you. Oh my god! And then most of the time he would stay down low and he's moving around. So when he came up, your legs ate every single shot, brother. And again, he had a controlled rate of fire, but it was just like he had a pull start. Dom had to slow down his rate of fire. He had to put like a
like a governor on it or something.
Yeah, where it's like a delay. So his shot is like even though he pulled the trigger as fast as he could, it would only shoot
like every other trigger.
Something like that. And even at that, dude, he was still deadly with it. And what makes it more deadly is not the fact that he shot so fast, it's the fact that accurate. And he wasn't afraid to come out of cover for that accurate shot. And my do this a little bit. But it's just one of those things like it's accurate and he had a high rate of fire. I wasn't afraid to shoot him, but it was definitely intimidating.
You knew he was around the corner and you didn't want to go out.
Yeah, so with that, I used the baiting technique.
Yeah.
The ambush style. I shoot, let him see me, and then, I'm shooting, and he's moving up and he's bounding, from cover to cover to cover to cover, and he's letting it loose, bro. Kind of like Vance, where he's like but he's a bigger dude, way bigger. So he's like and you just have to listen for it. So then I was just like, cool, let me backpedal. I'm still having my rifle pointed in his direction, and now I'm just shifting over to the side. So then when I would swap over to my other arm, and he will come out, and he's just like bah, 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 bah. It's kind of like the whole laser thing.
Yeah.
Except you're listening for sound.
Exactly.
And when he came out, it was just a simple double tap. Ta-da.
Yeah, get behind cover and he's done.
Yeah, so he actually he broke a lot of his guns because he would try to. He had to have
HPA because he kept breaking all the other ones.
Right. Yes, he had to have an HPA system because he kept breaking all the other guns. All his electric guns, his gas blowbacks, because he just shot so fast, dude. We did a one-on-one once, and he, again, that ambush technique, and he was like just like a Rottweiler, dude. He's like, roar, and he just like go and attack you, and everything in that corner would die. So you would have to, try to outsmart him if you could.
If you're fast enough.
Well, it's not so much about speed, but you just had to know how to play against him in order for you to beat him. But otherwise, I mean, he was literally the fastest shooter that we've ever had till today. So yes, Vans, if you really want to see who is the king of ROF indoors, I'll give him a call, man, and we'll link up and we'll do another live video and live demonstration about one under distress you shoot a lot a lot faster than what you do when you're at the chrono.
Exactly.
I know Jason from KLS, he tried to go up against him, and he did the whole he had an edema, and he was just like I was like, Big Joe didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? It's one of those things. So going back to Shane real quick before we close out, don't forget, guys, next week is a bragging rights, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you guys are wanting to compete for the title, Nick is the champion on Fridays, Saturday is Simba, and Eddie is on Sunday. Eddie actually came on Friday, and man, he was putting down some rounds, dude. I was just like, how? I mean, he shot me in this palm. Right there.
Ow.
Yeah, so, and he's getting wild with his new styles and techniques he's been picking up. Then real quick, let me go over everything else. Yeah, I think we're pretty much caught up. Shane, real quick, again, with the 1911s, we didn't make an order. We only did like special orders, people that already had paid for their stuff. We did those orders, but as far as our regular inventory, we kind of had to slow down a little bit because we are kind of stocked up with, everything else. So for the 1911s, Dom, what do you say? Maybe this week? Another week?
We'll see. Coming into play, we'll get you.
Yeah, I mean, a slow day like today is not helping us. So, in case you guys haven't noticed, we are kind of living paycheck to paycheck as the indoor field. And also it didn't help with the whole new event coming up and stuff that we had to help support and stuff. But either way, we're making it happen. So I know the 1911, as far as it is not in yet, and it's not going to be in for at least another 2 weeks. But it is a 3-day turnaround if we do order it. If you do want it, you can still come in and you can pay for it, and we can still order it for you at no extra charge. It's just that whenever we do our mass orders, it affects everything. It affects, gear. It affects guns. Because, we don't order from one store. Like, we don't order just from eBay. we go directly to the source. So we order straight from Elite Force, we order straight from G&G, we order straight from Titman, Lancer, and the list goes on and on and on. So everybody has like, you know, different requirements whenever you make an order. So we have to meet those requirements. So sometimes, you know, one of the bunch has to be dropped off because, you know, we're either still stocked from Vulcan, we're still stocked from Dye, we're still stocked from, you know, and again, the list can keep going on and on and on. So be patient with us on the 1911s. We do have other pistols if you are interested in those. If not, then again, if you really want the 1911, we can still get it for you at no additional charge, and you can still get the rewards program.
Oh, okay.
For every $20 you spend on merchandise, you actually get a punch, and you get an all-day admission for free. So to answer your question, as far as yes, sir, we try to give you guys as much stuff back as possible. I know once we start picking up a lot more on these views and stuff, we'll do some cool stuff like, all right, cool, man. For the 15th, you know, you can come up with, I don't know, we'll do something. We always do stuff way back in the day where you pretty much all you have to do is watch and pay attention, and next thing you know, you got it for free, or you got it for you know, a fraction of the price, or a discounted price. So we're always doing crazy stuff to try to get you guys to come in and shoot out with us. I think he was asking what are the pros and cons of CO2. My friend, you shoot both CO2 and green gas.
Well, I've shot CO2 a little bit, but I prefer green gas myself. Just because I don't have to switch out cartridges every other mag when I fill up, and green gas is easier to store. You don't have 100 cartridges. You don't have to keep throwing away stuff. I don't know, in the end, you got the silicone's in the green gas, and the CO2 doesn't have the silicone mixed in.
Well, the Elite Force green gas that we use, it has the lubricant.
The lubricant,
right,
that's what I was...
For your O-rings and stuff like that.
Exactly, so with the CO2, I guess you don't get the lubricant coming into the actual pistol, or, yeah, basically your pistol or rifle.
Yes.
So I just like green gas better, but I don't know, it's just personal preference.
Yes, we can get the. Wait, you talking about the Glock 18s?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know Glock 18s.
G18C.
Yeah, no, there's no Glock 18s compact.
And they got like a 20 number coming up later this year.
They got a 20-something coming up later this year for Elite Force. And again, in case you guys haven't caught them before,
Yeah,
we did sign a contract with Elite Force because of their licensing for Glocks. So they went through all of the trouble to get the licensing to actually manufacture Glocks. So we signed a contract with them stating that we won't, even though we do have access to those Glocks, we will not sell them because they would void our contract with Elite Force. You want to lose the license over that. In case you guys don't know this, I'll tell you guys a little bit of corporate secret. Once you screw over one company, it spreads around really fast. So we're really close friends with all these guys. We're really close friends with all these manufacturers and stuff because they take care of us like we're going to take care of them. So as far as that, because yes, we do have a source to be able to go and get those, but we're not going to because of our licensing respect for Elite Force for actually going through the trouble to actually get a license for Glocks. So the answer is no, Mr. Ivan. But as far as CO2, on the pistols, I wanted to build a CO2 setup because now that's going to go a little bit against what Polestar is, but is the Wolverine Wraith with the CO2 Rainfire. No, yes, it was a Wraith CO2. It was a Wolverine Inferno 2 with the yeah, the CO2 one where you screw it in and you put the CO2 in there, and you have about 120 shots for that. That's more for outdoors, and I was going to get the dual source airline, so I can be able to run the tank for skirmish play, and then I can actually use the CO2 in the back. Yeah, see? Yeah, I have a lot of ideas, man. But the reason I want to do that is because as much as I love America, as much as I love my rifle, I can't fly with it. because I have a 90 cubic inch tank that I fly with, and if I have to do that, I have to take that apart, and that's just more stuff for me to do, and I'm kind of lazy.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to just plug and play, and that's what I do here whenever we drive up to Dallas, to Houston, to wherever we go. When we're driving, it's cool. We can carry our tanks and our stuff. But when you're flying, you can't really, do that. With green gas. So if you guys don't know about green gas, you have green gas, you have red gas, and you have black gas. Black gas is for colder temperatures up north. So if you're trying to play in Europe or you're trying to play up north where it's colder, some of the green gas will lock up on you and it'll dump, or your pistols will lock up on you and it'll dump all the gas. It happened to me like a few final rolls ago. I took out the pistol and I was trying to shoot at Raptor and it locked up and I was using red gas, but it just got really cold. I think it was like 20 degrees outside, and it had rained the night before. So it was just like, when I was like, duh! I hit the slack release. I had to like push it forward because it just dried everything and it locked up. In that case, CO2 would be the
colder
better
temperatures. Yeah.
So colder temperatures, and not only that, but I mean you can buy CO2 everywhere. You can't buy green gas everywhere.
Yeah, that's one con about green gas. You have to get it from a store or online, and you gotta wait for it. With green gas, you can go to Walmart, you can go Dick's, freaking everywhere.
Where?
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry.
Wasn't sure where you're going with that.
But you can go anywhere and buy that stuff. That's the pro to that.
So again, you have to talk to different people, and this is our. I mean, I have a green gas pistol. I have three of them. I think two of them. I have a M&P Smith & Wesson, and I have the Walter PPQ, and they're both green gas. I almost got the CZ Shadow. No, not CZ Shadow. The CZ 75, 74, 75. Is the one that Ninja has.
Right.
And the only reason I didn't want to get it is because I thought it was only green gas, but it is CO2 compatible.
Yes.
And that is a really nice pistol. It's more like a rifle.
Yeah.
But small. And it's blowback. And it's both. So.
Yeah, CO2 and
so long story short, you have your benefits and you have your negatives. Your negatives are your cons and your benefits. So your cons would be CO2 does dry out your O-rings, and within time you get that little white buildup.
Yeah, it's a higher pressure, so it can blow out your seals faster, possibly.
Yeah. So it's just a higher maintenance. I mean, you're gonna have to buy some Elite Force Slick.
And it's
shameless plug every time, right? No, I'll catch it. Oh dang, them hands, man. Shoot, I almost went NFL. No, I didn't. Yeah, I blew my knee out and it's bad juju.
Yeah.
All right, we have Elite Force Slick. This is like God's gift to green gas pistols. Anything that's green gas. Or CO2. I'm sorry, but it is a silicone spray oil and it's meant for airsoft guns. It's not silicone oil that you buy at Walmart that's meant for plastics and metals, and then it gunks up and you just
whatever.
And next you know you have dry rotted O-rings. But this is actually meant for airsoft guns. So this is a great way to clean your barrel. It's a great way to clean and lubricate everything that you have as far as blowback pistols. So either way, you have your benefits from both. I did have one of my other players this past week said that he prefers CO2 over green gas because when he puts in the mag, he doesn't want to have to go ta-ta.
True.
Because if you forgot to,
fill it back up, it's already full.
Right. So, and with CO2, you put it in.
Yeah, it's full. You could probably get 2 mags out of it.
Depending on which pistol you get.
True.
Depending on which pistol. Yeah. So some of them you get like 2.5 mags, or you have like the extended mags. You cut down your shots.
On the CO2, the pro is you can get it just about anywhere. And on any day, you don't have to worry about something closing. So that's the pro the big pro to CO2. You can get it anywhere. Green gas, it's hard to get sometimes, unless you just buy in bulk like I do. I usually buy a case of green gas.
Here at Airsoft Revolution 15.
Yeah.
Shameless plug number 2. I think we're maxed out for our plugs. So I gotta get back to painting. Logic's gotta get ready for a game.
Yep.
Harvey is playing Pokemon Go, I think. Huh?
Getting ready for a NERF party.
Oh yeah, he's getting ready for a NERF party. So
from 3 to 5.
Come hang out with us, please. That way we can get this man his 1911.
Yes.
And we can get paid. So, rate of fire, guys. Remember. Yeah, well, we're indoors, so we kind of have to stay dry. Unless you get out of the car and you come inside. I have an umbrella ready for you guys.
Well, yeah, maybe.
It's dry right now.
Yeah, it's not raining at all.
Nope. This light right here is not. This is a window. This is like bright. So we're good, guys. That's all we got for now. So continue to watch us, man. Support us. Appreciate the views, the comments, the interaction. Keep it up, and come up with something cool for you guys on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So if you guys haven't liked us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, guys, go ahead and go on there, and you guys can see everything that we're doing as far as like our display and talking about our sponsors and stuff like that. Miss you guys so much. I still have the Airsoft Revolution patch you guys gave me. Aw, man. Mr. Moto Softer, we miss you too. We don't know the name to the face, but thank you for the love. We finally have people, so we're going to go ahead and close this out, guys. So for our family viewers, live the game. And these guys share and peace out, guys. Y'all be safe. And last but not least, our YouTubers. Thank you guys so much for all the love, for all the responses and stuff like that. We don't have the other laptop up, so if anybody else that we missed out on the shout-outs on the live or all the comments and stuff, sorry about that. We'll get you guys next time. Continue to share the love. Make sure you hit the notification button and you subscribe. That's all we got. From our family, yours. Live the game.